Good afternoon, everyone. I am Annie Pruthi. I'm working as a research intern at Maritime Research Center, and I am a research fellow at Parliament of India. I'm also a PhD scholar at Department of Political Science, University of Delhi. Here, over the past few months, I have been working on rethinking underwater domain awareness through the lens of decolonization and looking at tropical maritime realities through community derived knowledge systems. In today's presentation, I will be briefly discussing the research gap that I have identified over the past 2 months and the work I have undertaken at MRC and what is the broader research direction that we can carry our work forward. So, before I discuss my research, I would like to explain why I believe UDA needs to be viewed from the decolonial lens in the first place. So, what do I mean by decolonization? By decolonization, I simply mean to address the epistemic injustice. What is epistemic injustice? When some forms of knowledge are considered more legitimate than others. So, I have identified four key gaps in the existing framework and the discourse that we have. First and the foremost is that many frameworks are informed by Eurocentric maritime experiences, whereas the Indian Ocean is a tropical maritime region. It is shaped by monsoons, by diverse coral reefs, and strong coastal dependence. Secondly, UDA primarily relies on technological surveillance, while knowledge generated by coastal communities through generations of interaction with the sea is totally underutilized. Third, universal governance models often overlook context specific ecological intelligence that is very unique to the local marine environments. And finally, UDA remains very state centric because it is based on security, whereas coastal communities are not considered to be legitimate knowledge producers. So, my research therefore argues that we need to decolonize UDA, and it is not just about replacing technology. I'm not at all talking about replacing technology. What I'm talking about is to recognize the multiple ways of understanding the underwater domain through a very inclusive and community centric approach. Now, after I have identified the broader epistemic gap that we have, I wanted to understand where this gap actually is coming from. So, through my research, I found out that one of the most important reasons is that many existing UDA frameworks are informed by Eurocentric maritime experiences and technologically driven models of surveillance. So, in other words, what happens is that these developed models that we have today have been developed from the experiences of temperate regions, as Ekta talked about in her previous presentation, and the tropical realities are completely ignored. So, the Indian Ocean region presents a very different reality, which is characterized by monsoon driven circulation, shallow continental shelves, coral reef ecosystems, and rich marine biodiversity. So, this means that the underwater challenges in tropical waters cannot be understood with the one fit all approach that we have. And my research is basically arguing that Indian Ocean should be understood as a distinct strategic and ecological space. By localizing UDA, that is by making sure that we ground it in the environmental and operational realities of tropical waters, we can therefore develop approaches to underwater awareness that are context specific, inclusive, and better suited to the region. Now, the other question that my research points out is that if tropical realities have been so underrepresented, have the knowledge systems not evolved, or are there no knowledge systems at all to address these questions that we have? So, as we explore the tropical maritime realities, the next question was who has understood these environments most intimately over centuries? The answer is very obvious. It is the coastal communities because they have been living in these areas around the coast, and they have been working with waters across generations. However, this is the epistemic blind spot that I have found out. So, despite centuries of continuous interaction with the marine environment, indigenous and community derived maritime knowledge has largely remained very peripheral. And even if it has been talked about, it has been talked about in a very anecdotal sense. So, my research challenges this assumption, and I argue that these are not simply traditional practices, and it is not okay that we categorize it as traditional practices. They are maritime epistemologies. That is, they're very systematic ways of knowing and understanding the underwater environment. This is the process that I have tried to conceptualize here. If you can see the this top down, the approach that I have looked upon, it begins with continuous observation of the marine environment over time, these observations, they develop into environmental sensing, then they become social memory. So mind you, this is not individual memory, this is social memory collectively formed, and for this we need a lot of ethnographic studies. Then it becomes maritime cognition, and this is how community governance gets evolved, which basically contributes in underwater awareness. To illustrate this, my research is focusing on few case studies. I have picked up the Mukuvar communities from Kerala and Tamil Nadu. I have picked up the conceptual framings of Kanicham and Kadakodi that again comes from the Malayalam language. And then I have also done a comparative analysis with the pearl driving traditions that are embodied in the West Asian region, especially in the Red Sea region. So, the contribution of my research is to reposition these community practices as legitimate systems of maritime knowledge. Rather than viewing them as supplementary to technology, I argue that they generate localized ecological intelligence and they can complement contemporary approaches to underwater domain awareness. The final stage of my research is moving from identifying the problem to proposing a framework that addresses it. Throughout this presentation, I have been talking about, how the challenge is not the absence of knowledge, but the unequal representation of this knowledge. This is what I refer to as epistemic injustice. It is basically a decolonial term used by decolonial thinkers, where they talk about how technological and dominant Western-based knowledge systems have often been privileged, while tropical experiences and community derived knowledge systems have been receiving very less recognition. So, my research therefore argues that what the solution is to move towards epistemic pluralism. Again, we do not have to necessarily, replace the technologically derived systems. We have to make sure that technology is one way to understand underwater domain, but community knowledge is also another and legitimate way through which we can understand the underwater domain awareness and gain ecological intelligence. This is where the idea of knowledge co-production becomes very important. So instead of relying exclusively on technological systems or exclusively even on community knowledge, I propose we bring these two systems together. Modern technologies, of course, matter, like sonar, underwater sensors. They provide us the precision that is required. But coastal communities contribute towards detailed and context specific ecological intelligence that comes from generations of experience that might not come from scientific surveys. So the outcome of this research is that I describe a tropical and community centric framework for underwater domain awareness, which recognizes that tropical waters have very distinct environmental realities and that coastal communities are legitimate producers of maritime knowledge. My contribution is divided into three themes. First is the theoretical contribution I'm making, second is the methodological contribution, and the third one is the institutional contribution. So the first theoretical perspective is my research introduces a new maritime epistemology as a conceptual lens for understanding underwater domain awareness, which repositions the Indian Ocean as a very distinct tropical strategic space and talks about and contributes to the ongoing debates on epistemic justice, knowledge pluralism, and the localization of maritime governance. Methodologically, this work brings together historical inquiry, indigenous knowledge systems, and maritime governance with a single analytical framework. In fact, I told you that there is a lot of scope of ethnographic studies. We can embed ourselves in the communities that have been working across generations in these coastal communities and learn from them. Institutionally, I believe that this research opens a new and distinctive trajectory within MRC by foregrounding decolonized, tropical, and community centric approaches to underwater domain awareness. It also creates opportunities for future research, publications, and interdisciplinary collaborations. Ultimately, my objective has simply been to study communities or tropical waters, but to contribute a new way of thinking altogether about UDA. One that is, of course, technologically informed, but also epistemically inclusive and grounded in the realities of the Indian Ocean. And I hope that this research can serve as a foundation for expanding MRC scholarship on community centric and tropical approaches to underwater domain awareness. Thank you so much, and I look forward to the feedback.